Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, that bad dude, the propagandist who was blown up in that assassination attempt, the little bomb detonated, click, and causing the car to flip. He's alive and he's talking. So that's not good for some. For the rest of us, it's good. Why? Because you always want to find the truth. And how do you find the truth? By listening. By listening, asking questions, and looking at the issue from as many angles as possible in a objective way, and not discarding pieces of information that are true but you don't like. Therefore, all right, so what do we have here? We have this Russian nationalist. He was, how do you call it? He undergone surgery, and then he had an induced coma, from what I read, and now he's back in business, alive, and he's gonna tell us what happened, and he's gonna tell us who he blames for all this. I mean, without me saying, I guess you know exactly who he will blame. So let's see what this article has to say. This article comes from Reuters from today, May 7th, 2023. Russian nationalist writer describes surviving attack Moscow blamed on US Ukraine. So Moscow blamed it on US Ukraine. It doesn't seem from the title that he will blame them. So here is the car. It's an Audi right there. And the car is upside down. It looks like a village. There's a countryside here. So the person knew the movement. Look, it's not even gravel road here. It's just I don't know, how do you call it? We would call it peasant road or village road. So let's see. It says, a view shows a damaged white Audi Q7 car laying overturned on a track next to a wood after Russian nationalist rider Zakhar Prilepin was allegedly wounded in a bomb attack in a village in Novgorod region, Russia, May 6, 2023. What do you mean allegedly wounded? I think it's pretty sure that that's a fact, established fact. I don't think it's an allegation anymore. But let's keep going. The prominent Russian nationalist writer on Sunday described breaking both legs in a car bomb that killed his driver and which Moscow blamed on the United States and Ukraine. The thing is, he reported that he was the driver, not his driver. The other guy who was killed was not the driver. I read it in an article from, I think from Russia Today or Sputnik, one of these bad dudes, right? And I'm quoting, to the demons, I say, you will scare nobody. There is a God, we will win, end quote. He said in a Telegram post, apparently, that's correct, written from hospital in Nizhny Novgorod region, where Russia's state investigative committee said his Audi Q7 was blown up on Saturday in a village about 400 kilometers east of Moscow, which is 250 miles. Well, we don't know if he wrote that. I don't even know if he's still alive or not. But this is what these guys report. Now, this is an allegation right there. Now, Russia's foreign ministry blamed Ukraine and the Western states backing it, particularly the United States, for the attack on the rider, an ardent proponent of Moscow's military campaign in Ukraine. Ukraine's security services neither confirmed nor denied involvement. Mikhailo Podolyak, a senior advisor to Zelensky, said he believed Russian authorities had staged the attack. All right, the U.S. State Department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. So, I don't know if it's anything, it's a little bit more. Prilepin said he was driving and that he had dropped his daughter off 5 minutes earlier. A mine detonated under the wheel on the passenger side where his driver, Sasha Shubin, his guardian angel for 8 years, was sitting, he added. The man responsible fled after exploding the first two mines, Prilepin said, adding, he had, I'm quoting, he had blown up the second one, everyone would be dead. Had he blown up the second one, everyone would be dead. The Russian Investigative Committee has said it is questioning a suspect named Alexander Permyakov. And I'm quoting again, I lost consciousness for about 3 minutes, woke up and crawled to the broken windshield. Prilepin said, the villagers ran up and helped get me out, end quote. Prilepin said both of his legs were broken and one fracture was open. He said the regional Nizhny Novgorod governor Gren Nikitin had sent a helicopter to fly him to the city in 16 minutes, sparing him a 3-hour drive. Well, I saw the picture and of that alleged perpetrator, suspect, and there's a young man, seems like to be a young man. Supposedly he was born in Ukraine, and then he somehow came to Russia, and I think he's a Russian citizen, as far as I heard. But anyway, he supposedly, during the, how should I put it mildly, interrogation, confessed his crime, and he said that it was the Ukrainian security services, secret service, not secret service, special services who helped him and all that, giving him, I think, 2 mines and blah, 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 and so on. The Russians are blaming the Americans because they say, well, without you supporting the Ukrainians will not have the means to have this guy have the means to do what he did. Well, you can do that by association, guilt by association, but I don't know, because like this you can expand it to, I don't know, to Hitler's mom because she gave him birth or something, or whatever. A doctor that saved him in the First World War when he was gassed and, not gassed, the fellow enemies threw gas on him. You remember that one? And he was all up. Anyway, this is what these guys claim. I don't want to say I'm glad that he's alive, but it's very interesting that in the entire article here, you didn't hear one word of compassion. One. I mean, if you heard one, let me know. I'm a tard and I missed it. But I didn't hear any word of compassion. Now, this guy was involved in the military of his country. He fought for his country, bad or good, and then he became they call it nationalist writer. So a writer. And he worked in the media as well. If this would have happened, let's say, to a Canadian journalist somewhere, I don't know, in Canada, blown up by some, I don't know, Russian crazies or something, I guarantee you that you would have vigils and people with candles, and oh my God, would be like the end of the world, which should be. You know what I mean? I mean, they should defend their little thing over there. But here, because this is the enemy, he's not considered a human being or something, not even a human being. And this shows who they are, or at least Reuters. Believe me, who wrote this article was not alone in a dark room, and then he just published it. He just put over there, printed it, or whatever you want to call it, posted. That went to someone else, and someone else to someone else, and then it was probably sent back, just this, and then if he didn't know how to write the article from the very beginning the way Reuters would like, then it was sent back, and then it was sent back, and then it was published. So that's not only the author's position. That is also the Reuters. Wasn't Reuters? What the hell? I think Reuters. Reuters' position is, yes, which says, no, you should not put any, compassion words over there or anything like that. Now you can say, well, they're neutral. Yeah, they're neutral. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.